Hey folks, Kilt-Man here. Kilt-Man at your one-man army services. How are you all? We're all doing very, very well. Now, not going to beat around the bush here. I've discussed this many, many times over the years, and it's always weird how it transpires. You go like, I walk into a boozer and I'm, like pumped up and like, and I'm wearing the J Buddha, and I've got like the black combat vest on. I'm not wearing any combat knives. I'm not sporting any weaponry or compound fucking bows with explosive arrowheads. But everyone knows I love Rambo. I love Rambo. I love, the one-man army. I love the way he takes out Russians and the Viet Cong and the NVC and all that. Like I love all that. Of course I do. And he joins the Mujahideen, who of course became the Taliban, but he fights anyway. Look, let's not go into the whole political ramifications of Rambo, which really doesn't hold up to any scrutiny at all. It's all politics, and at the time the films came out, and the way it goes. Everyone was like, well, what's your favourite Rambo movie? And I kid you not, and I defy you to lie about this. You always go, it's First Blood. Oh, First Blood's the best movie. Of course it is. It is the best movie. It tells a proper story. It's believable to a huge degree. A Green Beret, betrayed, misbegotten by society, falls afoul of a small town sheriff, and it works. He's got his skills. He's had enough. He's got PTSD. He's had enough. David Morrell wrote the book First Blood, and at the end of it, pretty much everybody dies. Teasel dies, Rambo dies, but the film was a huge success. Ted Kotcheff directed it. I'll be honest, not brilliantly. It's got some great set pieces, and the jailbreak scene, the mountain hunt sequence, the cliff fall, all that's great. But then after that, it's kind of front heavy, I think, First Blood. Look, don't get me wrong, I adore First. That's why it's up there. Predominantly, it's right there. But original filming, he dies at the end. But test screenings didn't work. No one liked that. No, we don't want him to die. So he gets arrested. But the film's a big success. Stallone with with Rocky as well. Oh my God, can we revisit this character? David Morrell's going like, hang on, I killed him off as a character in the book, and you let him live in the movie. Well, okay, I can write the novelization and help with the screenplay of Rambo First Blood Part 2. And then he wrote the book for Rambo 3 as well. The point I'm getting to is like, Rambo in the movies does not die. Rambo is just a force of nature. He is a weapon of war, a humanized torpedo. He is just vengeance and pure violence, and we fucking love him. So anyway, we talk about his movies a lot. I know I do, and everyone's like, what's your favourite movie of the Rambo movies? Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's a trilogy. Rambo, so it's First Blood, Rambo, First Blood Part 2, and then Rambo 3. Fucking titles are stupid, aren't they? And then you get Rambo, the fourth one, and Rambo Last Blood. It's all over the show. I'm gonna excise the last two entries from this because they don't really matter. Don't get me wrong, Rambo 4, let's call it Rambo 4, is great, but it's also great that you're kind of happy you don't see Stallone with no top on, because he's a fucking ogre. He's horribly, just huge and like craggy and he's even more monosyllabic than ever before. I love the movie. I think it's great. Last Blood is a pile of shit, and we won't talk about it any more than what I just said there. Last Blood is a pile of shit. Forget about it. But the first three movies are what really work. They got a lot of films that are... It's Rambo. It was the 80s and fucking everything went. First Blood is massively important as a sort of a vitriolic retaliation to all, to the hatred that veterans encountered. But also it's a tribute to Special Forces training and how one man can survive and fight against the man, the regime, authoritarian shite, and do it and bring the shit back to them. And First Blood's amazing. The point of this video is that what's not the best Rambo movie, but what's your favourite Rambo movie? And I get this a lot. Everybody but everyone goes like, well, the best one was First Blood. No, it's First Blood. The rest of this comic book, cartoonic, shy, jingoistic, saber rattling, anti, communist crap from the 80s. Pure Reagan armour, Reaganistics. And yeah, you're right, they are. Of course they are. It was the era. It was a reflection of people's politics and what we should do. Reaganomics was massively in charge. American foreign policy. We lost Vietnam. Russia's just lost Afghanistan. We can go in there as well and we can take Russia out. Rocky IV and Rambo First Blood Part 2 came out the same year, 85. Came out the same year and they kicked Russian ass. But all that aside, the movies themselves, what's the one you go back to watch all the time? I know there's many out there. Regan. I know what you feel, and it's badoosh there. And many of you feel the same way. Oh, it's First Blood. First was the best movie. I love First Blood. How often do you watch it? This is the point I'm getting to. First Blood. I love First Blood. It's the best movie out of all of the Rambo movies, beyond any shadow of a doubt. But it's front heavy, and Ted Kotcheff is not the best director of action. But the film is magnificent. It has pathos. It's emotional. It gets you. It tells a story from front to finish. And it gets you going. It's exciting. It's pulse pounding. But it's also got a lot of politics involved in it. And it's also got just so much human emotion. Wonderful. Do I watch it very often? No, I do not. I watch bits of it. I watch The Jailbreak, which is awesome, of course. The Mountain Hunt, awesome. Him taking out the posse, awesome. I don't tend to watch the rest of it afterwards. When I want to watch a Rambo movie, and I go, oh, let's go First Blood, I'll watch it. But given the choice, and here's where we're coming to, folks, and this is what I've found from many other people. Oh, everyone goes, First Blood's the best movie. Yeah, but what do you watch? Come on now, come on. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't you lie to me. First Blood Part 2, Rambo 2, and Rambo 3. Action aplenty. He's looking even fucking bigger, better, brawlier. You want to be that version. You don't want to be the PTSD version. You want to be the fucking hero who's pumped up to hell and back and who's kicking ass left, right and centre. He may get hurt, but you see him do damage repair, damage limitation, and go back for kick-ass vengeance. So I think what I'm trying to say is, like, First Blood is the best film. Of course it is. But even David Morrell had to go like, well, okay, yeah, the film changed things. And I wrote the novelizations for Rambo 2, Rambo 3. And if even he, with an author's integrity, went like, right, okay, this character's gone beyond what I wrote, but I'm with it. I'm going to ride with this. I'm going to write the backstory and the novelization for these other adventures. That says a lot, you know. Not just money, but it says a lot. And I think I know for definite, I watch Rambo 2, Rambo 3 more than First Blood. And I mean exponentially. I don't watch First Blood much at all. If I watch it as a film, and that is enough to say, like, that's the best film. But I watch it as a film and enjoy it as its story evolves. But I put on First Blood Part 2 and Rambo 3 a hell of a lot. And I watch bits of it, then bits more of it, then replay those bits again, the action scenes, and then I watch the fucking movies again and again and again and again. I love them. They're just so more colourful, there's more action, there's more, I don't know, just more violence, they're more exciting. Rambo as a character transformed from a PTSD, subjugated guy who didn't want to use his skills, but he's got those skills, and then he brings them up because he's oppressed and he's attacked, and like, well, this is what I've been trained to do. I can live off the land, eat things, Billy Goat, puke. You can do all that kind of stuff. And in the book, he's brilliant because, like, you want it. His internal monologue, you wanted to show that sheriff what you can do. You want to show him your tricks, and it's great. Don't get me wrong. But what do I love most when watching a Rambo movie? Explosions, muscles, and like a guy fucking running in slow-mo from a big explosion behind him and taking out fucking badass bad guys left, right and centre. Explosive arrows. It's comic book, it's cartoonish. What the fuck is wrong with that? Nothing is wrong with that. So, I love that movie, that one right there, First Blood. I watch that a lot more. But what the real bizarre thing, I suppose, for a lot of people is, like, I watch that even more. Why? Why do I watch Rambo 3 more? No massive military affiliation with Afghanistan, all those notwithstanding. But the opening sequence of Rambo 3 is probably one of my most watched movie sequences ever. In fact, I'm going to put the music on right now. I'm playing Rambo First Blood Part 2. Goldsmith scored all the first 3 movies, of course, as we know. The stick fighting sequence in Rambo 3, our new introduction, our new return to Rambo. Oh my god. I've got to be honest, you guys know how much I love John Carpenter movies and how much I watch, Escape from New York. and The Thing, and obviously Jaws I watch all the time, and there's many other movies too. I don't think in the history of my movie viewing and watching bits of movies, anything comes anywhere near close to watching this sequence in Rambo 3. I absolutely fucking love it. It is a pure showboat. Rambo's now grown to beyond just like a PTSD Vietnam veteran. He is a super warrior. As Richard Crenna, Troutman does tell him, you know, when he finally catches up with him, after watching, you know, the stick fighting sequence. But this, I have seen this sequence more than possibly anything else in my life, anything else, including my own face, you know, in the long length mirror that we've got. When I was a much bigger dude, you know, I'm now not. I'm much bigger of face than I am of body, but I was trying to be. He turns around. This fucking sequence, I adore this sequence. I literally, you know, I don't care what you think about Rambo 3. It's politics, and the fact it's just like, oh, it's just jingoistic. You know, it's just an action man. It's Sergeant Rock. You know, it's just, you know, one guy can take on millions. Well, so what? That fostered it. That put it into, like, you know, ballistic concrete. That blew it out the fucking water with supernova, you know, nuclear, you know, machismo. This sequence absolutely owns everything. And it's very Rocky-like, because even though we know that Rambo can't fucking lose, but he's getting the shit kicked out of him. Then Troutman and his CIA buddy will find him, and they'll witness, you know, sorry, I've got a huge knot of hair, and my finger got stuck in it, and they're giving it, and obviously Rambo will get the shit kicked out of him, like Rocky always does. But then he'll come back and he'll manage to do some special moves and throw him over and do the reverse kick as well, which was pretty good for Stallone to be doing that and showing that kind of prowess. Meaning that he's learned. He's a Green Beret. They don't necessarily learn a lot of martial arts. A lot of them do, but they do close quarter combat, but they don't necessarily learn martial arts. They learn certain moves. But he's gone out via all these sort of like third world countries and learned how to fight on the streets, learn new techniques, and with his natural sort of gravitas for violence and self-preservation and dogged sort of survival, you know, mentality. He kicks ass and he wins, obviously. So I find myself watching Rambo 3 a hell of a lot. The battle sequences are superb. Okay, the bad guy's pure pantomime, you know. And you've got the big Russian as well, like, and he has a massive fight with him. I've discussed this many times. So anyone goes like, you know, oh, what's your favourite Rambo movie? Oh, First Blood. First was the best. It's the best. It is the best movie. What's the one you watch though? What's the Rambo movie that you watch? And I'll sit here and fucking guarantee that not all of you not all yet, I know, but many of you are going to go for that one there or that one there. Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3. You want action, you want to see the person that you want to be physically. This is a male perspective, obviously. Yeah. I do know women that watches movies, and of course there are women that watch gung-ho action movies. No politics, no nothing, no fucking LGBT bullshitty bollocks. Lack of bollocks. Useless bollocks in many cases. It doesn't come into it. They're watching an action movie. Anyone can get off and enjoy an action movie. Rippling muscles and just gunplay and ballistic, just escapism. It's not combat, it's not real. First Blood has real sort of tactics used. Again, it's heightened, but it's more believable. Rambo First Blood Part 2, okay, we know that one guy is not going to do all that damage, fly helicopters and do all that kind of stuff. There are people that can fly helicopters and can run around the jungles and can do that sort of stuff, but they're not going to last. It won't happen that way. It's not the fucking point, is it? Rambo 3 really blows any of that shit out the water. This guy fucking stick fighting. He joins the Buddhists, and then oh no, my friend, I've got to go on. He's been captured. I've got to go out there. And he gets into Afghanistan and he'll trek through the cave system. And of course, as every sort of Rocky, Stallone movie has, the Rocky Rambo things especially, you have to learn a new sport and I'll have a go at this and I'll fall afoul. They're carrying the fucking cow's end around this fucking thing. And what's the point of it? Well, you've got to put it over there. Well, why? Because it's there. You got to go around the circle and fucking hell. But he has a go, and of course he wins. And then Russian big helicopters come in and kick ass. And he takes them out. And then he goes to rescue Troutman. And Rambo 3 becomes a huge Leviathan war film where one man takes on the might of the Russian army. And you know what? I have a great time with it. This is what I'm saying. Everyone that loves First Blood, it's the best movie. It is the best proper movie. It's more believable. But what do you enjoy more? And I enjoy those two massively more than that one. I do. You reach a point in First Blood where it's okay. If you love Rambo and what Rambo became, that's probably a very important thing. Rambo in First Blood is not the guy that you see in the other movies. And yet for me it works. It works. But I get why people are like, no, that's the one. But even those people, I still reckon, most of you, I've got the Rambo series. What am I going to watch? I'm going for First Blood Part 2. Oh, it's so colourful. Tons of explosions, helicopters. It's fucking ultra exciting. It's a great fucking action movie. You cannot argue with that. And Rambo 3 goes even more brutal. Rambo 4, Rambo, as it's called, it should have been called John Rambo. It just should have been called Rambo 4. But they fucked the titles up all the way across. That's great. It's a much darker, nastier movie. It's really horrible, and it's cut down as well. Even the unrated versions, it's still cut down. There was tons Stallone couldn't put in there. And the great thing about Stallone is that he asked the fans, he showed bits and bobs of Rambo 4. So do you want more gore? No, Sly, can we cut back on the gore and the guru and the nastiness? Can we cut back on that? Be more like flower power. No one said that. They went, yes, more gore. So he did. So he's ripping throats out with his fucking fingertips. 50 cal fucking bullets blowing people apart. People are being it's people being fed to pigs. It's really uber nasty, but it's still cut down. There was a lot more he was going to show, and it's great. But Stallone isn't quite the big man in that, or rather he's too big. He's ogreish. You don't see him with no top on in that movie because he's just he can't do it. He's not chiseled like all the pecs and all these doodabs down here. I used to have all that as well. I'm so not like that now. And then he got supposedly bigger for Rambo 3, but if you watch, his weight and size fluctuates a lot throughout the movie, and he's not a big man. He's not tall, and you see him against other stuntmen there. They're bigger than him. Smoke and mirrors, folks. Stallone is never as big as you think he is, but still looks fucking fantastic, let's be honest. So Rambo 4, he's clothed, but the violence is off the fucking scale. But he doesn't look. He has one great running scene, and there's a few like arrows and blah 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 and all that. And he gets on the 50 cal, he's taking out loads, but it's not anywhere near a par action-wise for him for Rambo as Rambo 3, Rambo 2, and First Blood. He's very much a bit more sedate. Then you got Last Blood, which is just, well, it's shit. In fact, I don't even want to talk anymore about that. I hate the movie. It's a travesty. It should never have been done. It's not Rambo, and it's a really nasty, horribly tasting and smelling foul fucking swan song for a great action demigod and an icon. Last Blood is crap beyond belief, so it doesn't exist in this dojo. Simple as that. But the first three, they are canon. They are fucking amazing. That is the best film, but the one I enjoy most, I struggle with. It's one of these two. I think First Blood Part 2, because you've got the whole helicopter stuff, because you've got like the escape from torture, you've got his first, he gets one out, he's found one, and he gets betrayed, and Krenner's there in the helicopter, and he's like, oh my god, and he's going, come on, in his little black vest, come on, covered in mud, Kalashnikovs, AKs, there's mortars going off, and the helicopter goes off and leaves him behind because he wasn't meant to find anyone. It's a great, in many ways, it's very political again, about America's system of ignoring people left behind, and we can't go through this again. We know they're out there. We can't find it. We can't sanction anything to go out there. The ramifications were huge about this, and Rambo, at least First Blood Part 2, pointed this finger and look, they're out there. Let's fucking go find them. But it made it into a comic book action movie, which was for the masses, and the masses fucking loved it. Rambo Part 2 was incredibly huge. It was massive. Rocky 4 came out the same year, so Stallone had a double whammy of absolute pugilistic and ballistic, I'm taking the world, and I'm telling you, Rush is a shit bag, but two guys who are killing each other. If we can get along, two guys, maybe our two countries can get together. Whatever. And but there was something going on. There was a bit of a zeitgeist there. Whether you like popcorn movies trying to be political, which they were, that's up to you. I think they worked on a very fundamental level, but they also were, and it's the most important thing, fucking pure jingoistic, kick-ass, great action movies. That's the most important thing. So Rambo 2, I watch a lot, I genuinely do. Goldsmith's music goes even better than First Blood. Maximizes on themes and creates new themes. And my God, this is Rambo 3 we're playing right now, I know. But the entire the fucking VC guy, and Rambo's got explosive arrows, and the guy, and he's missing Rambo all the time. Throws it down, and brings out his automatic, but runs from rock to rock down the waterfall sort of canyon, and Rambo just goes fuck off, you can't hit me at all. I could be 18 feet wide, you still couldn't hit me at all, you shit. And pulls out an explosive arrow with a compound bow. Not a massive fan of them, I'll be honest, not a massive fan. But very practical, does all the work for you. And then blows him up. And you see, and if you look, you'll see his two boots there. His body's been blown to, but the two boots on the rock, on the big boulder, are smoking away there. But then, it's such a great continuation. Rambo, he's just took this guy. It's a big crowd pleasing, moments of euphoria in the cinema. And then the Russian gunship comes over, and they drop the big canister bomb, and Rambo's and he's fucking running in slow-mo. 80s slow-mo from a big explosion, and of course Rambo goes slow, and dives over. Blankets of flame everywhere, into a lagoon, and of course that fucking Sergei, Yushev, whatever his name is, Ross me a knife, Stephen Berkoff, Shakespeare actor plays Lieutenant Colonel Popovsky. I do not know your name, but I will. We are just comrades, driven by different politics, Yushin here. To Yushin, you are just a piece of meat. A laboratory experiment. You will tell me your name and your mission, and you will call your people, and you'll say that you were arrested as a spy. It's just fucking brilliant. I love it. It's so pantomimic, but it's so great at the same time. And of course, they roast. I love the line. Stephen Becker says basically, he says in his accent, Yushin, that's me enough. Right? So he gets Rambo's knife, that one right there, the mission knife. You can see it behind me here. And that's the real one. It basically is. And he puts it into the air, the fire coals and all that. But he says that's me enough. Roast me a knife. Basically, roast me a knife. And put it in his eye. The guy that Rambo's trying to bring back in his first escape rescue attempt. He brings back one guy and then gets betrayed. And he's going and this poor guy is going, tell him nothing, as this knife's going towards his eye. And Rambo gives in, but he doesn't really give in, does he? The whole fucking sequence is amazing. It's torture. It's very brutal. It's nasty. That poor guy, put puts it in his eye. Yeah. And he gets fucking, beaten to a pulp, kicked in the face, kicked in the guts, and he's already emaciated and been starved alongside his, American POWs. That's fucking amazing. And then Rambo will get tortured and put on the, crucifixion pose again. Very iconic, of course. You may scream. There is no shame. And then it gets like a bit of fucking music. I'm playing Rambo 3. Why am I doing that? No, I think we're talking here. Oh, whatever. Whatever. He's in the stockade. Fucking hell, who cares? And what's it called? Lone wolf calling wolf den. Colourful names. You tell them, you've been caught, and this is an embarrassment, and it's going like, oh, whatever. Forget the dialogue now. You guys probably know it more than I do, and I'm the one that watches it all the time, but I've forgotten right now. I've been drinking, you see. It's like, Murdoch, of course, the CIA operative, he's fucking betrayed because he wasn't meant to find anybody. It's like, Murdoch, lightning bolt, I'm coming for you. And they're going like, and he grips that like, and fucking uses the microphone, old-fashioned radio microphone, fucking bash, boosh, boosh, and grabs Yushin and throws him on the wall of electronic shock treatment, and fucking gets him on it and ramps it up. He's going, you think he's dead, as if he's the big brutal bad guy. The actual fisticuffs one he's going to go up against, he'll be back, and he is back. But of course, like, Rambo gets out of there, and then his entire that sparks a hunt of the Russian Spetsnaz. Trust me, they're great. I've never seen a special forces branch of military that so big themselves up that they do incredible amounts of videos bigging up their abilities to take out an apartment block, a helicopter in mid-flight, a ship, a building, a complex, a bunker, a bus, using, and they go in and you see them use, it's all publicity for them, using enormous amount. They can do this stuff using fucking enormous roundhouse kicks and special forces, kicks and martial arts kicks and takedowns and grapples and chokeholds. What? No, bullets do the job. If you're getting close, then you have to use the sort of techniques. But these guys publicize. The Kremlin publicizes it all, time and time again. Oh, they can do all this. Fuck it. No. You'll be shot if you start coming in like, I'm gonna leap. I'm fucking 10 foot in the air and I'm doing a big pirouette and my big fucking combat boots coming towards your jaw. Well, I'm gonna shoot in the bollocks. Bang, bang, bang. Down you go. Boosh, boosh, boosh. You're dead. It's massive propaganda. Spetsnaz are great, but back in the 80s, they were like, oh my God, Russian Spetsnaz. But Rambo takes them out. And it's great because, you know, covered in mud camouflage and coming out of the water, you know, his fucking bow and arrow and all that. It's brilliant. It's genuinely exciting stuff. It's an evolution of the mountain hunt, the posse hunting him in First Blood. But whereas in that, cleverly, of course, he's not killing him. In the film First Blood, Ted Kotcheff, Stallone, he's not killing. Let's move that camera around a little bit again, because we're getting a bit of I don't know, something over there. He's not hurting the posse. Well, he's hurting them. He's not killing them. That's the point. In the book, he kills them. He's killing people left, right, and centre. David Morrell wrote this guy. Rambo was killing even his own judiciary, his own police authority. He's killing them. He doesn't give. He's in sort of survival mode. I was taught to do this. Now you've brought the war to me. I'm going to bring the war to you, and I'm better than you. So that's why that story, well, the book's better than the movie, but the film was brilliant. But of course, obviously, enemy turf. He's killing everybody. So he's taking out the Russian Spetsnaz, and it's a wonderful sequence. Covered in the wall of mud, and the eye opens up. Like, it's just outstanding. And then he commandeers the helicopter, and then goes and manages to destroy every single VC and Russian outpost in the prisoner of war camp, but not destroy, you know, the ramshackle tents and huts where the prisoners of war actually held in. He's really good. You know, how the hell he can tell? He's just spinning around the 50 cals. By the way, his control over those is not where he's sitting in the cockpit, but it doesn't matter. It's still uber exciting, and it's so colourful. And is it Jack Cardiff who filmed it? It's outstanding. Rambo First Blood Part 2 looks, it's a dream to watch. It's so colourful and so detailed and lovely cinemascope. It's pure widescreen, you know, machismo and ballistic joy. It's there, and you've got the full depth of it all. It's so fucking exciting. And then of course, like, yeah, the big Russian helicopter. I've done videos on this. They are massively sort of resourced and redressed, Sikorsky's, and it comes up, but it's like the way it just hovers around, comes down the hills, and you're like, oh my god, that's the epitome, albeit mechanically. That's like Rambo going up against a big fucking huge Russian muscle-bound cunt, which of course he does. Yushin fights back. Yeah, they drop a canister bomb, and like Rambo dives into the lake, and they go, and Yushin's going, whatever, fucking Russian shite, and the door gunners go, and although he's underwater, Rambo seems to be able to leap out of the water like a great white, you know, coming up, surging up with its big tail to take out a giant seal. But Rambo can do that and leap into the cockpit, or the slide door and the gun position, and drag out this other guy, and then fight Yushin. And it's a great fight. And imagine they're flying all over the canopy of the jungle and all over the fucking show. And imagine the fucking chuck Yushin out by the crotch and by his throat and fucking hail him out. It's brilliant. And then he commandeers the helicopter. The pilot sees Rambo, and like Rambo pulls out the mission knife. Again, it's right there behind us. Pulls out the mission knife, whoosh, and it goes, fuck that, throws his helmet off and leaps out the cockpit onto like the rocks. And Rambo takes over the helicopter and then goes and attacks the village, and it's just outstanding. And then you get the chase with the big Russian gunship with Steven Berkoff. I say Steven Berkoff, a Shakespearean actor. Yes, he was also in Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah. And he's great in that. He's quite a nasty son of a bitch in that. And then you'd see him. He's also in the film Outland. Sean Connery, Outland. Peter Hyams directed it. With James B. Sicking and Peter Boyle. Wonderful movie. Francis McDormand. A great movie. I've reviewed it. Space Age. High Noon. And but he plays a psycho in that, and he's fucking off his tits. He's about to kill a prostitute, and it's fucking frightening. And of course, you'd see him as a really fat older guy in Vikings, the TV show Vikings, and it's like, that's Steven Berkoff. Oh my god, and he's brilliant in that as well. And anyway, so, but the pursuit, you know, and they're like flying around. Is it the sequence? No. Rockets and machine gun fire. It's uber exciting. It's just brilliant. You don't get that in First Blood. You don't get helicopters and like pursuits like that. You get helicopters in now. You know, Gold gets fucking knocked out the helicopter, of course. Like, crunch. Ooh. Everything in First Blood gets ramped up to uber effect in First Blood Part 2. Rambo 3. Let's do this. Goldsmith scores for all 3 movies are absolutely outstanding. This has turned into a big celebration of the Rambo movies, hasn't it? And what's wrong with that? Answers on the postcard. Don't bother. There's nothing wrong with celebrating Rambo. Nothing. This is him, right? The canister bomb comes down, and Stallone's doing that fucking slow-mo run. And I don't care. It's a cliche now, but it wasn't back then. They created the cliche with that scene. He dives in. That's where he leaps up out the water and pulls the door gunner out. Yushin, the big fight with Yushin. Look, I don't really care, you know. But let me know what your favourite movie is. Not the best Rambo movie, but what your favourite Rambo movie is. There's a big fucking difference. Don't try to deny it. You all love this. We all love First Blood. Oh, it's the best. Of course, it's the best. It follows the book. Well, it doesn't follow the book actually. It doesn't follow the book at all. You know, too much. it genuinely doesn't. There's a lot more in the book. The book's way better than the movie. Just throwing it out there. The film's great, but what do you enjoy more? You want to see Rambo kick ass? That one. First Blood Part 2. Rambo 3. Oh, but they're so stupid. They're just cartoon villains. There's no character. It's just Stallone being over bloated and doing. And this is the argument you get. And I get it. But so can what? Action aplenty, gore, snot, helicopters, rocket-propelled grenades, massive weaponry, and fucking amazing stunts. Way better than you get in First Blood. This is this. And Goldsmith scores. Go on. They evolve and become even more exciting and pulse pounding. And listen to this. Just fucking listen to this. Listen to the brass. I love how I can play it again actually. It's like listen to those bits. It gets more agitated. I think I cut it short there. The old Rambo First Blood theme. The thing about First Blood Part 2 is like it hit an absolute zeitgeist of like action movie cinema. Your composer, you're right, James Cameron was involved in this as well, the great James Cameron, and everything was like, you know, look, it's got to be bigger. It's the 80s, bigger. Hair was bigger, muscles were bigger, everything was bigger, glitzier, more glam, more OTT. Bloodier, more violence, but it was the one-man army that could do this sort of shit. So the music is even bigger and better again. This is it, it's fucking amazing. How much more heroic can you get? And of course, he just rescued the people. He's blown up every fucking thing in the camp. Everything! And then managed to rescue. Oh yeah, no. Managed to rescue the hostages, the prisoners, and get them on board. And one fucking Russian who's feigned injury gets up and doesn't shoot the big muscle-bound guy with the M60. You know, doesn't shoot him. Shoots an emaciated fucking poor guy in the back, who they get back on, and then Rambo kills him. And then they get in the helicopter. Like, hey guys, we made it. We're out of here. You know. But I love how Goldsmith comes in now with Stephen Berkoff. This big, fucking huge, colossal helicopter gunship beast comes up. And the way it hugs out, I've heard it before, it's outstanding. First Blood leaves you with a sort of a bitter taste. You've seen an action movie, but you've also seen a guy collapse completely. But this is the point I think I'm getting to. You see a guy fall apart, a guy that you're like, oh, he's been wronged. We know he's a hero. My God, he's a Special Forces veteran. He's had purple hearts up the wazoo and back, and like he's fallen foul of small town, you know, zealots. And now he's like, well, I've had enough. I'm going to take this back. And that's great. You get behind it, but it ends tragically. And then you get this, and you're like, yes! It gives us hope that we can fight. You can do weights and do steroids. Not me, they certainly did. But You can take charge of, $1 million equipment. Back there, I can fly it. I can drive a tank. I can fly a gunship. Now I'm in charge of $1 million equipment. Back here, I got a job in a fucking garage. Brilliant stuff. Is it fun to watch? No, it's hard hitting. Are these two movies fun to watch? Fucking hell, yes they are. Of course they are. They're still, albeit sort of knee-jerk comic book, sort of like, we've still got POWs in Vietnam. Who could go and get them back? Well, maybe this guy could. So, a political message was there. Rambo 3, well, Afghanistan, Russians are there. We're going to send, who can we send in there? Well, it's got to be Rambo. He's a one-man army. And you can say, and it's politics are right up its arse. Saber-rattling, pure American jingoism. I don't care about that. Action movie as it is, it's fucking brilliant. So let's get on to that. And sort of pre-Cliffhanger and Cliffhanger, which I've reviewed. Cliffhanger's an amazing Stallone movie. You've got him rock climbing. And he goes back in again. His first attempt to save Troutman has ended in disaster. He's killed tons of Ruskies and he goes back in again. He's had a fucking shrapnel gone through his side and he's done some impromptu. Don't forget, like, Rambo is medic trained. They all are. We all were to a degree. But he's a medic, linguist, sniper, and all sorts of fucking shit. Like, and he manages to break the fucking thing apart. And of course, he puts the grenade or the gunpowder in and flambés it and cauterizes the wound. You'd be in agony for fucking months. But it's Rambo we're talking about. Everything's heightened, everything's great. And he goes back again and climbs up the fucking sheer face to get to that Russian fucking base to go and get Troutman back. Troutman's been captured. You know the story anyway. But it's a great sequence and he fucking gets that guy. The guy that spies him, he's got a fucking 50 cal machine gun there. And he's going like, and he sees Rambo coming. He's like, and I'll run to the gun, giving Rambo enormous amount of time to just fucking get him and fucking break his neck. And then he'll break into the Russian compound. If you notice in the movie as well, you've got like there's a very good looking Russian helicopter pilot. Hey, I love good looking Russian helicopter pilots. He's the big sort of knightly king from Army of Darkness, the medieval dead, Evil Dead 3. He's the guy from that, and he plays this. Oh, he's long hair, long hair in that, but he's short hair. And it's like, he sounds very Russian, and he's purely Californian. But Rambo uses the much bigger knife. A much bigger knife. You guys know. And takes out the torturers. Uses the blowtorch. They've been using the fucking flamethrower and blowtorch on the prisoners. By the way, true, massively true. They did do that. And pretty much a lot of armies have done that with prisoners. Just saying. But Rambo 3, what I find is disappointing is down in the caves, the Spetsnaz go down there again with their Korov, there's another big Russian, Korov, this guy is. And he's a cunt and a half. They go down in the caves, and like you've got like Rambo's got the blue light. I don't know why they even made a point out of this, like just to make stories. Like, you know, like, what's that? Blue light. What does it do? It turns blue. So you can see in the dark. It's just aluminum sort of stick. And so he uses that, but he puts it on arrows as well, like, and fires these explosive arrows. But it's the mission, the mountain hunt where he takes out the posse in First Blood, and it's taking out the Russians and the Viet Cong in First Blood Part 2, which is great. And it's this film's version. It's not as good. It's a really it's just not as exciting. But what is exciting is when he gets back out the hole that he'd come down, and he's rescued Troutman, and Troutman's like, John, I'm over here, Johnny. Troutman can fucking run millions of over hills and things, like, John, and John gets back after killing all the fucking Russians down there. Spetsnaz comes back out and then gets grabbed by Korov, a fucking huge Russian battleship of a man, and Troutman's just on the other hill, and Troutman hasn't seen this guy. John, he goes, John, and John goes, he goes, and then suddenly Troutman goes, where's this fucking? He's just suddenly materialised out of thin air. He must have been there the entire fucking time, and Troutman hasn't fucking seen him. So the big battle with Rambo. This is the cave sequence, but well, let's play for a moment. Rambo has to battle this guy, and we've seen in the stick fighting sequence that Johnny Rambo can do a wee bit of martial arts. We've seen sort of like close quarter combat, but it's kind of like I don't know, capoeira and Krav Maga and all that. Like, it's not really fucking. It's close quarter stuff, which works obviously, but you've seen him do like spinning back kicks in the stick fighting sequence, and he fucking does it in this as well. Like, and it's a brilliant sequence. He's getting fucking bear hugged by this bastard Korov, who's been blown up down below. And who hasn't been blown up down below? Your time will come. Don't worry. It'll happen. And he's like bear hugging him, and his wound, when he's had the shrapnel through him, it's like fucking. It's like, and Rambo's going, pure Rocky. It's the Rocky moments of like, you're on the fucking ropes, you're getting beaten up, but you're gonna come back again, aren't you? And Rambo manages to like, grenades. I'll take the pins out of your grenades. And like Korov's like, and he's already put a rope around his neck anyway, which goes down the repelling rope down in the hole. And then he's like, Korov lets him go, and Rambo does a great big fucking, and it's pretty damn good, a great big spinning roundhouse, boosh, back heels him, bang, and he fucking falls down the hole, and he goes, whoa! And you see him go, he just goes, as the grenades blow, boosh, blown apart. But what I love about that scene is like Rambo, Stallone, who's had the shit kicked out of him, which fucking Troutman couldn't save him. Troutman's there. John, over here, John. Oh, big guy about to kick shit out of you, and he keeps running down sand dunes, and I can't get a shot. Oh, fuck off. Troutman's special forces. He's a fucking Green Beret, and he's fucking useless. But Rambo boots him down, he gets fucking blown up. But I love the way that Stallone just, he's got blood coming down his gob from being smacked around, and his guts are bleeding. He just goes, it's like, you know, you cunt, you hurt me, you cunt. There's a really good savage look on Stallone's face there. I love that. I love it. And he picks up a few more like you know, explosive fucking grenades, and well, they're all explosive grenades, but arrowheads and whatever. Like, and he gets his bow and all that. But it's great stuff. This is that sequence. Korov running, big cunt, you know. Boot kicks Rambo's knife out of his hand. Whoa! And grabs him. Boot is a headbutt up. Fucking boosh. And then bear hug. Eyes. And you get all that shit going on. It's actually quite a good fight. Fucking hell, you know, Goldsmith so nailed this, didn't he? Boot! I'm not going to do it right here. I can do it. I did Taekwondo for many, many years. I can do spinning roundhouse kicks, but there's a ring light there, there's a big massive monitor there, there's a computer, there's tons of action figures, and even like a lot of Mad Max standees behind you guys over there. I'm not going to go and fucking ruin all that, am I? Just for the sake of a video, and get me cock and bollocks on show as I'm spinning round. You know damn well I want to do it, don't you? You did it, John. But the one thing about like Rambo 3 is the final showdown. It's fun. It is fun. You know, Rambo gets in charge of a tank, and you've got like you got the big Russian bastard coming at him, and one of them big, you know, those big mocked up, revamped gunships coming towards him. But you've had Rambo with basically a bottle of Nuki Brown, a Nuki Brown Molotov cocktail on a horse. I think a cannon fucking shot goes up, skittles the horse, skittles him. He's been shot through the leg as well. It's not a bad battle at the end, but they get saved by the Afghan rebels. You know, the Mujahideen come and save the day. You get the same thing in Rambo 4 with the oh shit, the whoever the rebels are in that, I can't remember what they're called now. They come and save the day. This is Burma. Multiple atrocities, obviously. Stallone was doing a lot of like, you know, highlighting clearly. One of the reasons why he took on First Blood in the first place was to you know, take on board veterans and their plight. First Blood Part 2, well, you've still got prisoners out there, and the American foreign policy was not doing anything to rescue these people. So make a movie out of this, and well, obviously Stallone was a huge pivotal figure in making that movie. So that was a political statement at the same time. Same as Rocky 4. Russia, yeah, bastards, you know. And then Rambo 3, again Russia, again. Backfired. You can't really grasp the amount of like how Rambo 3 was such like, oh my god, did we really do that? We were, you know, fighting the Russians there, trying to get in, we were sending in rockets and all this sort of stuff, and we were backing the Mujahideen, freedom fighters, who then turned out to be possibly one of our own worst enemies. And that's the way the world turns. History's written day by day. Your friends today are your mortal enemies tomorrow. That's the way it goes. And the movies reflected this. They're not wrong in what they were trying to depict. Okay, it's all fun, cartoonic stuff. And the politics could be like, well, many people will despise, the American, saber rattling that's going on with this. But they're forgetting what the movies were actually reflecting, the era, the times, and like trying to bolster sort of like public opinion. Again, you can argue with it. Rambo's like fucking riding. So, the whole point of this video was like, what's not the best Rambo movie? What's your favourite Rambo movie? And I'm willing to bet the majority of you are going to go, well, you're going to go like, well, it's First Blood, the best movie, yeah. But how often do you watch First Blood? Really? Be honest now. You want to watch a Rambo action movie, you don't watch First Blood. You watch Rambo 2, you watch Rambo 3. And as I said before, I watched these two movies a lot. But Rambo 3, oh my god, the stick fighting, his night infiltration of the Russian camp, his escape, and then his whole fucking return again. The last battle I don't think is too spectacular, but most of it is incredible. So I watch Rambo 2, Rambo 3 a fucking hell of a lot, and to pick one above the other is a little bit difficult. My favourite scene of any Rambo movie, sadly, sadly, you all actually said the jailbreak from First Blood. It's not, it's a stick fighting scene. The character has been, we know who he is now, we know Stallone owns his character, and it's just glorious, isn't it? But who cares? We're going back to this. After seeing First Blood and then seeing what he does in First Blood Part 2, we already know Stallone's fucking owning this character, and it's going to be not a realistic portrayal of a man in action. It's not, he'll be dead within 2 seconds. One bullet, down. He's got him. Mission over. Lone wolf, dead wolf, And but when you get to Rambo 3, after what you've seen in the first two movies, he has to be bigger. And this sequence is just, oh my god, it's cliched. Charlie Sheen does it so well in Hot Shots Part 2. is brilliant. It's so easily lampooned, and yet I don't care. It's still fucking, it works. He turns around. He's put the bandana on, like, you've got the Jade Buddha, Co's Jade Buddha. And of course the red bandana is from her dress she took off. He goes in there and the sticks. And listen to this. It's so primal. It's also the cricket main theme. For people in the UK will know the test match main theme was this. It was. I don't think Jerry Goldsmith knew that though. Some of you know where I'm going with that. shit kicked out of him. And Richard Crenna's there with Clarence Bodiger, the CIA representative, and they're going like, watching him getting battered. They're going like, and even Crenna goes like, oh, it's Johnny, you know. I misquoted him. He goes, Johnny. Like he's just told him he's the best. He's a one-man war machine. But then of course Rambo takes a beating. He's like Rocky. He just fucking blows to the head. The other guy's fucking I forgot the guy's name now. I've done a video on this as well. He's giving him fucking body blows and fucking to the head and all that, and kicking him in the face. And he's taunting him something chronic. And then, our boy Johnny gets one of his sticks under the crotch and the arse crack of this cunt, and fucking managed to flip him over. Yeah. And then, it's one of my favourite scenes of literally all time. They managed to flip him over again towards the end of the sequence, and he's there with the two sticks, and this poor other guy's like, another guy whose name I've forgotten. He's a stuntman and a screamer, which is the sport they use in the stick fighting. He's a brilliant practitioner of that. He's not as honed and toned as Rambo. He's a bit more blobby, but the guy can fucking do what he's doing. Like, and the two of them got long, greasy, dark, sweaty hair, and they're fucking giving it loads. And everyone's in slow motion in the background, Bangkok, and they're all fucking, they're putting money on, Cal. There's all women there as well, like. But Rambo gets him at the end, and he's like, flips him over, gets the sticks, and Rambo's blood rage is there, like, and he's doing the peck shifting thing. And it's so unbelievably pugilistically euphoric that I love it. Having done extensive martial arts and a little bit, I wasn't good at stick fighting. I'll be honest, I wasn't good at stick fighting. More knife fighting though, and using batons as well. There were a lot of stuff like that, but I couldn't really do that. I didn't like sticks, to be honest with you. And but it was brilliant to watch that. And like, oh my god, they are doing genuine moves, albeit massively cinematic. But wow, what a fucking great sequence. And listen, to the sort of elegiac Goldsmith, so like, evolution of the Rambo themes. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Anyway, comment below, let me know, what is your favourite Rambo movie? Don't say what the best is. We know the best is First Blood. We know that. That's not the fucking point of this. The point is to enjoy what come afterwards, because they all, look at the stepping stone of there. Look at this. I watch First Blood Part 2 and Rambo 3 way more than First Blood, and I adore First Blood, but if I want to watch a Rambo movie, I want something that's inspiring. I watch First Blood Part 2 and Rambo 3, and I'll get the weight sounds, dumbbells, press ups, fucking all sorts. I don't watch First Blood and it doesn't inspire me. First Blood's a thriller and a very downbeat story. It's actually a tragedy. And you reach a certain point where you're like, we know it, this ends. If nothing happened beyond it, and in the book he dies, but in the movie, okay, he doesn't die. In the original version, he does die, but that's filmed, but we don't see it. It's a deleted scene. You can watch it. But anyway, the point is, the film, once he gets to back to the town, and starts blowing shit out the police station and taking out the garages and all that, like, it kind of fizzles out, and like, you know he's going to be arrested, and it's okay. It's very poignant, and don't get me wrong, brilliant. But Rambo Part 2, Rambo 3, it's the guy in his absolute optimum fucking kick-ass abilities, and I'm afraid I love that more. This is what it is. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Minix figure of the Rambo First Blood Part 2 version. Great sculpt on the hair, great face. The mission knife, the notches aren't quite the same, they're not quite right, but wonderful. And I've only got 2 Minix figures, this one and Snake Plissken. And of course these two guys, Kurt Russell and Stallone, would appear in Tango and Cash, a great unsung action movie. Fucking stupid, but I do love it though. Pure 80s, crass, OTT fun, but I do love the movie. And he plays Gabriel Cash, and he's Ray Tango, the banker, and he's the maverick with the long hair. It's a fucking boss movie. Like, no, I'm Cash, he's Tango, So the two of them together. But it's a great little figure though, I'll be honest. I do love that. You love it. Anyway, folks, it's been a long Rambo-ling video with some great music, Jay Buddha, and a lot of recollection, a lot of fun, a lot of enthusiasm and passion for a big muscle-bound guy that just kills everybody in his way. And I'm afraid I do align with that. If you're in my way, if you've upset me or mine, I am going to hurt you. I am. I was talking to 2 paras before as well, and like, we had the exact same mentality, and we're all older now as well. And we did talk about Rambo movies as well, and the same thing was said. Oh, I love Rambo, and they were going like, yeah, the fucking bow. And I thought, well, that's not in First Blood. So you're loving the movies which came afterwards. So my point was made, and but yeah, in the world today, you can't defend you're not allowed to defend your family or defend yourself. You can't. The law will come down upon you. Well, fuck that. You mess with me or mine, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to. And if I can't get to you, and you get caught by the police instead, and you've done enough damage to my family, I will find people that you know and love, and I will hurt them. Does that sound really bad? Of course it does. But be warned, don't fuck with me or mine. I will find you, I will kill you. And there's a great little, that should be the Kilt-Man. He's out for revenge. They took his whiskey. He will find him, he has a special set of skills. Tartan clad, he'll be there. But I mean it though. The thing is, I mean it. And I think most people these days are too afraid to defend and to fight back. We let scum rule our streets. And we do. Scum, homegrown, and scum from elsewhere. You know of what I speak. Well, I won't stand for it. Never have stood for it. And I'm not going to wimp out these days. I'm getting older. I'm getting older now. Knees are knocking, you know. Titties are wobbling. But I can kick ass. And I will kick ass. And you know, you dickhead. You watch Rambo movies. Yeah, I do. But I've also done, not quite the stick fighting to his degree. I haven't, you know, blown people up with explosives wrapped round them and a rope round their neck. You know, I haven't done quite the things that Rambo on screen does, but I have done a lot of stuff. And I have, you know, been involved in a lot of, you know, hairy situations which I've survived and others have not survived. And the ones who should not have survived haven't survived. They've been lying dead and bleeding on the street. There you go. Oh, that turned quite nasty, didn't it? Oh, Kilty, why did you have to throw these things in? You were talking movies and having such great fun. The point is, you know, look after yourselves and don't be afraid to fight. Don't be afraid. Sometimes, you know, on a bus, on a train, it may be best to like not get involved, because if you're outnumbered big time, you might take a couple down, but you're gonna come a cropper at some point. You are. It's just the way it happens. But if you saw someone being victimized on a train or a bus, on the street, can you really, you know, stand there and ignore it or walk away? Oh, I can't do that. I can't and won't do that. So, wear your J Buddy, your battle vest, and off you go and kick ass, you know. Oh, it's all over the show, isn't it? Let's finish on. Oh, it's so gorgeous though, isn't it? I'm trying to find. Don't worry. I'm just going to shave you. And Rambo's like, oh, I massively missed time that, didn't I? He's tough. Just shave him dry. Gold. I massively mistimed how that was going to work out, didn't I? And he cuts back to Rambo with the tash. You know, and his tiger strike. It's a great sequence, his jailbreak. But if that guy didn't put the code in and open the door upstairs. Rambo wouldn't get out. How's he going to get out? It's luck and coincidence. Coinkydence. A lot of sugar glass as well. This is why we love First Blood. This sequence is amazing. But the sugar glass and Ted Kotcheff he's not an action director at all. So in many ways that probably works. It's all great stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's not as polished as you get from the next few movies. But you know, get to the whole thing with the bike as well, like, don't shoot, there's people down there. Get out of the way, Joe, get out of the way. But it's an amazing sequence though. The great set piece is escape from the town, and I'm like, you're finished. You're going as far as you're gonna go. You know, and the hubcaps coming off the Teasel's police car, his cruiser. It's all brilliant. It's all brilliant stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's great. Goldsmith uses like the piano, strings, and electronics as well, and it's got a big fat sound to it. It's very enveloping. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh my god, I'm loving First Blood even more now. I couldn't love First Blood any more than I already do, but it's the excitement and just the pulse pounding, like, they're just much more fun. They are, and I watch them more than I watch this. There, said my piece. So folks, I have been on with Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, this ever like, look, you know, they drew First Blood, not me. In between time, please keep it Kilty, keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all. Don't tell me you didn't have fun with this video. Don't tell me you didn't agree with many things that I said there. Don't. Well, just don't. Because I don't care. I won't listen to you. You tell me, oh, you're full of shit, Kilt-Man. I hate you. Ew. Whatever. What am I going to do? Well, what are you going to do? Call. Anyway, be happy. Take care of yourselves. Watch yourselves on the streets. Because the streets, you don't recognize your streets anymore, do you? No, you don't. You don't recognize any of the people or the faces on your streets because they just arrived overnight. Well, what can I say? Take care.